everybody. Welcome back. I'm AK, and if you're new here, we do weekly Monday lives where we talk about the news and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, I love when you guys, leave your opinions and stuff down in the chat below. Um, and if they're respectful, I'll most likely respond to it and stuff like that. But yeah, as long as they're respectful, go ahead, leave it down. And yeah, this week we have a good amount of news. I mean, we'll see how much we get into today. Um, I don't know if any of you guys are playing the new Death Stranding 2. I've been hearing a lot of stuff about it, mostly good things. I was never really too big into Death Stranding, but I will say the game looks great. It's by Hideo Kojima, and he's always a very unique storyteller, to say the least. Um, so it's always interesting to see the game ideas that he's coming out with and stuff like that. I mean, he's mostly known for Death Stranding, but I think, and I haven't heard anything else about this since they announced it, but I think him and Jordan Peele are also making a game, which is going to be very, very interesting. Because if you know anything about Jordan Peele, he also makes very like kind of, I don't know if the right word is weird movies, but definitely in the same lane as Hideo Kojima. Like just strange, like unique type stories, I guess you could say. So I haven't heard much about that game since they announced it, but I when I hear more about it, I definitely want to talk about it more because those two people coming together is gonna be actually crazy. So yeah, if you guys are playing any games, definitely let me know. I love to hear what you guys are playing and stuff like that. We have had a lot of new games come out recently, especially in the summer and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see what everybody's playing. Happy Tuesday morning, 5:02 a.m. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Hello. Hello, welcome again. Glad to have you back. Um, yeah, so the first thing I kind of want to get into, and I feel like I've been talking about this a good amount because it truly has become a meme at this point. And I'm talking about Concord. If you don't know anything about Concord, I'll give you the very, very quick rundown. And if you have been watching my lives, you most likely know at least a little bit about it. Um, so Concord was basically a live service game that Sony put out, or PlayStation. Well, it was by like one of their like they're the parent of the studio that put out the game called Fireworks Studios. So they put it out. It was like a first person shooter game, right? And it basically was like Overwatch dupe, to say the least. Um, just a shooter game. Like I feel like there's been so many games like that out there. Um, so they put out this game. Nobody liked it for various reasons. For one, because of it kind of just being like a bunch of other games we already have that do it better. Two, they make you pay for it. The other games don't make you pay for this at all, right? And then three, people just hated the characters. So basically, they put out this game, and then within 2 weeks, and it's funny because I heard somebody say that a fly lives for like 28 days or something, like your average house fly lives for like 28 days, and then Concord lasted less amount of time than like a standard housefly, so I just thought it was funny. But yeah, within 2 weeks, PlayStation pulled the game out, and like you couldn't find it in like stores, couldn't buy it online. They just completely pulled it out, right? And it's funny because even if you did see it in stores, they wouldn't actually let you like check out with it. So basically, with this one piece of news that I found, a pre-release build of PS5's Axe game Concord has leaked. And we're gonna read through this a little bit, and then I'm gonna explain a little bit more about it. Because at first I was like, okay, well, what does this mean? But then after researching it a little bit more, I got to see, okay, this actually means something. So, a development build of Sony Interactive Studios and Firewalk Studios, Ill-Fated Concord has been leaked online. The build, which is named FW Chaos, was uploaded over the weekend and claims to be a build dated from November 14th, 2023. So it just leaked, but the build was before the game actually released. If the data is accurate, it means the build was compiled 9 months before the game's launch in August of 2024. VGC has downloaded the build and can confirm it appears to be authentic. Loading the game displays a login screen that can't be bypassed. However, the build's uploader has included an INI file, which enables a developer menu, which this applied, the game loads directly to a select free gunner screen. From here, it appears the player can go no further because no free gunners appear on the screen, meaning nobody can be selected. It is at least possible, however, to enter a pause screen from the access menu, or from there access the menu where numerous menus can be viewed. This includes a partially completed galactic guide, which provides information on the galaxy's various planets, and a crew section, where information on the game's 16 playable characters and their varied outfits can be found. It can also include a job board, which just as a placeholder text, and a stone option, which doesn't do anything, as well as a setting menu containing developers' options, such as developer matchmaking and style guide for the game's various fonts. So this is pretty much like all the pictures that were found on this leak, or screenshots, I should say. Oh yes, I remember the Concord Online news. I'm happy I never bought it because it sounded good. Yeah, there was some people who like kind of liked it, I guess you could say. But most people, yeah, did not like it. There were a few though that did, which is kind of funny. But I think what really ruined it was the $40 thing. I think if it was free to play, it would have gotten a lot better feedback. So, given the game's online requirement, however, it doesn't currently seem that it's possible to get beyond the screen or choose a free gunner to play the game, meaning that unless enthusiasts find a way to get a build running a proper game, these unfinished menus are all the build provides. Just 2 weeks after it was released last August, Sony announced plans to take Concord out. Yeah, so that's basically what I said. So this is all pretty interesting because basically, so what they could do with this, if people choose to, is they could take this and like build off of it. So it's possible that Concord could be seeing a comeback, which is kind of funny. A lot of people are thinking that it was one of the developers that like were working on this game. They decided to just leak it because, you know, they spent all this money and time on this game just for it to get pulled off a couple weeks later, basically. So it's a chance that Concord could possibly be making a comeback. Another example is somebody actually did this with PT. If you guys know what that game is, it's a big throwback. Let me see if I could pull it up for you guys. I don't even know when this game came out. Oh, 2014. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because I remember just being in my room when I was younger, just like watching this gameplay and being like super freaked out. PT. So this game, basically, you just like walk through this hall and you like go through the door and like you just keep going in like this loop, and it kind of gets like scarier and scarier, and you gotta like find a way out, basically, and stuff like that. But somebody kind of ripped off this game and remade it and stuff like that into their own, so it definitely can be done. I don't think PT was ever really pulled off the market though, because I feel like I would have heard about that. I don't know if it was ever pulled off the market, or maybe it was. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find it. But if you remember PT, you guys are real ones for real. Because I know somebody like rebuilt it, and then I think they got in trouble for rebuilding it. Maybe you can't play it because I can't find it anywhere. I'm not sure. But it's definitely an older game. Yeah, it was supposed to be a new Silent Hill game. Yeah, I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, so people have done this before. It's very interesting to see how people do this and like have other game developers pretty much come and like maybe build something. Um, but yeah, definitely interesting. I speaking of PlayStation, I kind of wanted to touch on another thing that kind of was like disappointing to hear from them as part of the news this week as well. Um, so basically, PlayStation has no plans for day one first party release games on PlayStation Plus. So I guess people were like kind of hounding them because if you guys don't know, basically Xbox, Microsoft, they have Xbox Game Pass, right? And I mean, we've gone over the price on here before, but you can get it for as cheap as like I think it was either like $7 or $10, and then the most expensive one goes to like $20 a month or something like that. I'm not sure how much the yearly is, but that's how much it is a month. And basically, like you can get um, day one first party releases on Xbox Game Pass, which is a good marketing strategy, I think, for Xbox, especially considering they're not like the biggest in terms of like first party releases and stuff. So it's good to bring people to the platform and stuff like that. Like I played Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on Game Pass day one, and then I also recently have been playing what's that game called? I don't know why I'm blinking on it. Um, shoot, what is that game called? um, South of Midnight. Jeez Louise, I cannot think of that name. South of Midnight, and I've been liking it, even though I blinked on the name. But yeah, I think it's a good strategy for Xbox. So it's kind of disappointing to see that PlayStation isn't really trying to do that. Maybe they just are too, and I mean this kind of lightly, too big headed for it. Like they think like, oh, either way we're gonna get the sales, so we're not gonna like um stick our necks out for it, I guess. Um, Konami took PT off the PlayStation 4 store after they fired Hideo Kojima 11 years ago. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was like after it like first came out, it was like a bunch of hype for it, and then yeah, I don't think people have been playing it, so I guess yeah, people remade it. Good fact though. That's good to know. Honestly, I didn't even know Hideo Kojima was on that game, so it's funny. It's funny that you said that because that's good to know. I mean, it makes sense. It definitely seems like something that he would make. Um, so yeah. So basically, yeah. So PlayStation has no plans for day one first party games. So let's see what they have to say about this. Not too long of an article. So PlayStation has no plans to offer first party games to PlayStation Plus or PS Plus subscribers on day one. In a recent interview with GamesFile, Stefan Totolino, PlayStation Vice President of Global Services Nick McGuire talked about the company's strategy for the service. To Sony, the current policy of waiting at least a year to add first party. That's crazy. A year? Sorry. Okay. I mean, I could see it, but it's like, come on, y'all being a little greedy. To Sony, the current policy of waiting at least a year to add first party PlayStation games to PlayStation Plus was going well. We've sort of stayed true to our strategy across the brand, where we're not looking to put games in day and date. That was a weird statement. McGuire told Totally. Instead of first party games, PlayStation prefers to go down the indie and third party route, which is not bad because I always say that you should play more indie games. A lot of the times they're pretty good. Regarding to what offers subscribers, McGuire says that using these games to complement the current strategy for PlayStation's first-party titles is working really well across the platform. The number could even jump to more than 5 games if there's something out there that PlayStation feels is worth adding. If there were 6 or even 7 great opportunities, then we would go for them as well, McGuire said. Some of these games that have released day one on the service include recently launched FBC Firebreak from Remedy Entertainment, which if you were on, I don't know if it was my last live or the live before that, that game isn't really doing too hot. So a lot of people aren't liking that game. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, both episodes, which is, I played that game. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it like a 6.5. 6.5. Like, I think it was a really good story. I think it could have been better though. Both those games aren't really like banger games that they're putting out day one. Animo Well, which I've heard some good things about, Sea of Stars, and more. When asked if a day one launch of various first party games such as Concord could have helped them stick around, McGuire declined to answer. They should have did Concord instead of Tado Leo. I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name. McGuire said that he believes PS Plus has proven itself to be a great way to introduce new players to franchises, which I agree. So I think there's always going to be a moment for any games or for any game where there's the right time for it to go into Plus when it's ready to reach a wider audience or to find new fans or new parts of our platform that hasn't already reached. And I guess that makes sense because I think that's why maybe Xbox goes that route, because a lot of people aren't really too tuned into a lot of their games. I mean, I guess they do it with Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is pretty well known, but all the games that I have played from day one isn't really like a known franchise, or it's not like popular. So I don't know, maybe it's just to get people to play it, but it's kind of sad to see that like PlayStation isn't really like super for the players right now. And it's like, it seems like every week I'm seeing some stuff about how like PlayStation isn't for the players, and it's kind of disappointing to see. Hey Tay, how's it going? Welcome back. That's bad, but this story reminds me to top up my PlayStation Plus subscription, so thanks. Honestly, Gus, if I'm being honest with you, I have not used my PlayStation. I haven't even renewed it since like, well, I think it might have went out December, because there hasn't been any games that I wanted to play on there. I've been using Xbox Game Pass because there's a lot of games that like I was interested in that I haven't renewed my PlayStation Plus. I'm still actively like looking and stuff like that, but it's just, there's been no games that I've been like really wanting to play on PlayStation Plus. And even like online games, because I know that's another reason like you would buy it, there hasn't been any online games that I've really been wanting to play, because I do play a lot of what's it called, Rainbow Six Siege, but I could play that on Xbox Game Pass. And then the other games are just story games that I've been playing on Xbox Game Pass. I'm looking forward to checking out Lost Records Bloom and Rage Tape 1 sometime in 2025 because it looks cool. Yeah, it's a good game. Like, it is very comparable to Life is Strange, but I don't want to give any spoilers or anything, but I feel like Life is Strange to me might be a little bit better, personally. I haven't renewed mine either. I don't see anything I want. Yeah, and it's so sad. I feel like, I don't know, like, I just think it's either games that like I've already played, you know, so I'm not like trying to play them again, or it's just games that like I just have zero interest in. But I'm still actively looking, you know. Still very much actively looking. Speaking of PlayStation though, we're still pretty much, well, at least I am. I can speak for myself. I'm still excited for Ghost of Yotei. We got a little bit more news on Ghost of Yotei. The collector's edition is now available for pre-order, which is pretty cool. I do think that we got a glance at it before. Like, I think they already released what was in it. And when I look at this, it just doesn't even look like much, right? Like, it looks like some pictures. I guess you get this mask, which is pretty cool. They do have a little video. Let's see if we can check this out. So yeah, October 2nd. Um, I don't know how to feel about that collector's edition. Like, I feel like it looks okay, right? But I don't know why it's giving a little lackluster. Like, I feel like this mask is pretty cool. Um, and the coins, I guess. I guess I have to play it to like really see it. It's always interesting too, like the digital, additional stuff you get. I know the games that I got like extra digital stuff for because I either pre-ordered it or it was given to me. I got it for God of War Ragnarok because I pre-ordered that game because I love that game. I love God of War. And I also got some extra stuff for Assassin's Creed Shadows. I don't know if I've ever gotten it in any other games though. Um, Last week I bought 2 more PlayStation 5 games: Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and Still Wakes the Deep. So I have PS5. So I have 5 PS5 games over here. Oh, okay. I played Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It's pretty good. I don't think I finished it though, unfortunately. It is pretty good though. I just never got around to finishing it. I've never played that other one though. But I love Ratchet and Clank. I think I've been playing that since I was young. Does it have a release date? Yeah, I think you probably saw it, October 2nd. I want a samurai sword with the collector's edition. Yeah, for real. That's what they need to. That's what we should be getting. Bro, that'd be crazy. You ever notice they do the same collector's edition with the same stuff over and over, slight difference depending on the game? No, I do agree, and that's why I was like, why does this seem kind of like lackluster? And I want to see something really quick, and I think I need to see it before I display it because you do make a good point. Um, mm, So yeah, I mean, I guess they all pretty much like include statues and then like a bunch of like banners. I mean, okay, wait, let me see, bro. Look at this. Wait, hold on. So I just wanted to, yeah, exactly. That's what I was pulling up. Shadows did the same thing. This is the same thing, pretty much. Whatever. I don't even know what that is. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Get off my screen. And then they have the statue. I mean, I guess they get the map and then like a banner. Does the other one have a steel book? I feel like a lot of the times they come with a steel book. I don't see a steel book though. That's surprising. Yeah. No, I agree. A lot of the times it is the same thing. And like I said, I feel like I would have to really, really like the game to pre-order or even get the collector's edition. I don't think they say how much it is. Um, it's usually like in the 200s though. Let me see if it says. Yeah, okay, here we go. So it's $249, basically $250. And I mean, to some people, it might be worth it. I mean, if you really liked Ghost of Tsushima, and you think you're really gonna like this game, I say go for it. I just think you should really only buy a collector's edition if you know for a fact, like, unless you have money to blow, you should really only buy a collector's edition if like you know for a fact you're gonna like that game. Like for instance, I probably would have bought, if there's another Red Dead Redemption, I'd probably buy the collector's edition. If there's another God of War, I'd probably buy the collector's edition, or even GTA 6. But if it's just like a game that like you could care less about, or like you're kind of like 50-50 on, like you might not, don't get the pre-order edition. Like it's just, or the collector's edition, I mean. It's just so much money. I don't know how good quality this stuff is either. Like this kind of looks kind of flimsy, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I read your mind. I've never played Ghost of Tsushima, so I might buy this collector's edition on October 25. Yeah, let me know if you do buy it. Come back in the chat and let me know if you like it or not. I don't think I've ever gotten a collector's edition though. Mostly because the games that like I've really liked, it was my first time playing it. But I feel like I have to know I like the game to buy it, or even like buy it later. It's always the fighting games that do it. Yeah, for real, definitely. Um, okay. So on to our next little story, and I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on this next one because, to be honest, the only thing worth out of that edition is the statue. Yeah, I agree, but then it's like, how much is the statue worth to be paying like $250? I mean, I guess you also get the game with this, so that's probably like a third of the cost. So I mean, yeah, if you're a collector, um, I'm excited for the new Garden of Banban game, Garden of Banban 8 Anti Devil. I've never heard of that game. Mm, yeah, so this next thing, I let me know what you guys think of it because I definitely have some thoughts and I think it's funny considering news that we talked about before. So there's this new thing, and I'm sure you guys have heard of it, but it's not MetaQuest and Xbox, right? So I want to watch their little trailer because I just heard of this. I don't know if they've been talking about this previously, but I just now have seen this, and I'm like, what? Especially considering they are also slapping their name on, um, especially considering they're also slapping their name on the Asus handheld. So I'm really curious to see what this is.
All eyes on me. I run this saga. 'Cause I'm a game changer. I change it up. That's how I run it, yeah. That's how I run it. Can you keep up? Chitty chitty bang, I run this thing. Run this thing. Chitty chitty bang, I run this thing. Just saying.
So it looks like, okay, it looks like they're kind of like using this VR as like, oh, anything can be an Xbox type thing, which is, I guess, all right. Um, so yeah, it's very interesting to see that they are slapping their name on like a bunch of different things. So yeah, they had the Asus handheld, which we're probably gonna discuss a little bit later, and now I guess they're kind of just like ironing out the kinks to that handheld or whatever. But now they're kind of slapping their name on the MetaQuest, which, if you don't know, is owned by Facebook. Asus handheld, they can't even do computers right. Yeah, I don't hear a lot of people talking about Asus computers now that I think about it. I mean, I definitely don't have an Asus computer. Um, but I might have had one when I was like younger or something. But yeah, I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. So let's read a little bit about this because I'm definitely interested, if that's even the right word. I'm kind of interested. Um, the complete oh yeah, copying PSVR. Well, I don't know because I think MetaQuest did MetaQuest come out first? I'm not sure. I know MetaQuest is more popular though than the PSVR. So MetaQuest 3S Xbox Edition officially revealed by Microsoft. Oops. So I guess it also includes 3 months of Game Pass. So MetaQuest 3S Xbox Edition is real, and it has officially been revealed by Microsoft, available starting today, which was 6 days ago, for $399.99, which is fairly steep. The announcement confirms the leaks that took place late last week. For the first time, we are thrilled to deliver a Quest headset that not only delivers incredible mixed reality experiences, but it also crafted for Xbox fans. Corporate video, or oh my gosh, Microsoft Corporate Vice President of Gaming Partnerships and Business and Development, oh my gosh, that was a mouthful, Lori Wright said, the MetaQuest 3S Xbox Edition includes a black and green MetaQuest 3S headset with 128 gigabytes of storage, matching controllers, a limited edition Xbox wireless controller, Elite strap, 3 months of Meta Horizon Plus, and 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So I guess I know what comes on Xbox. Do they even have VR games on Xbox Game Pass? I don't think I've ever seen it. I mean, I'm assuming now they do, but I've never seen it. And I've never really looked at Meta Horizon Plus either. Maybe we could take a quick look at that. I don't know. Players will also be able to pair any Xbox wireless controller, adaptive controller, or Xbox Elite wireless controller via Bluetooth. So these are all the specs for anybody who's interested in that. I've never been really too great with that, but battery life roughly 2.5 hours. That's not very long, huh? 96-degree field of view. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage. Yeah. I guess I don't really have. I don't know. I mean, go off. I guess as far I don't know. I feel like just Xbox is kind of just like dipping their toes in a bunch of different things and like trying to see what sticks because they've been doing like a lot of different things recently. As far as availability is concerned, the headset is available at Meta.com, Best Buy, Argos, and EE. However, Xbox wants it to be clear that this is a limited edition device, okay? Insider Gaming understands that retailers like Best Buy only receive 2 units per store. That's crazy. Meaning if you want it, you'll have to search or get there quicker than everybody else. Once they're gone, Rice said. We're proud of what we built together with Meta, and we can't wait for you to dive into everything the Meta Quest 3S Xbox Edition has to offer. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to see like the benefit of it. I mean, I think this would probably be good for people who like really like really like Xbox and really like VR and they want to see like the people merge or see them like merge together. Right now I'm looking up Meta Horizon Plus. I swear every move they make, they copy PlayStation. Yeah, it sucks. I think Xbox definitely maybe so. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what really is going on with Xbox. It's like some things I like that they're doing. Like, I really like what they're doing with Game Pass, despite what other people have to say. I really like what they're doing with Game Pass and being able to play it everywhere you go. The other stuff, I'm not sure. I have to see when their handheld comes out. Garden of Bandman is an indie horror mascot horror game series that started in January 2023. At first, 5 games got released, but it looks like the Euphoric Brothers is taking their time nowadays. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll have to look into it because I've been looking into more indie games and stuff, especially horror games. I like to see those. Okay, I got this Meta Horizon Plus thing up in case, like, I mean, I guess I've never looked into it either, but for anybody who's interested, so I guess you get access to 30 plus games, which isn't that much. Well, I guess $7.99 a month and $59.99 a year for 30 games. I mean, I feel like I'd have to really like the games. Never stop discovering. Get monthly drops. Feel like a VIP. Yours to keep. Keep your redeemed apps as long as you're subscribed. Oh, I was gonna say no. If you could keep it after you're subscribed, then that'd be interesting. But yeah, that would have been too good to be true. If you take a break and come back, your apps will be waiting for you. I mean, I guess that's kind of standard, huh? You can do that on pretty much any subscription service. Gaming is just the start. Something for everyone. So I guess this is some of the games they have. Browse more, pay less. I mean, $7.99 a month or $60 a year isn't bad, but I mean, you're also really not getting too many games. Like I can see if they had like hundreds of games, but they only have 30 games. So, trying to see if any of these games I'd be interested in. Are these the only games that? Oh wait. Guys, the website is like broken or something, I swear. I wonder if they just launched this, because I've never seen this subscription before. And I don't even think these are available on the Plus. I think these are just the games you can play on the VR. I've seen this game before. It's pretty funny. I don't know if I'd pay $12 for it, but it's a funny game. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I don't know if that'd be worth it or not. I want to buy a VR headset for 3 VR games: Batman Arkham Shadow VR, Metro Awakening VR, and Clone Drone. Okay. The only VR game that sparked my interest recently is that Hitman one. But even that, it's like, I don't know for sure if I'd play it for real. So a little bit of smaller news with the Xbox, like handheld and Asus. So Xbox is testing aggregated gaming libraries on the PC, on the PC app. So this week, Xbox insiders can test a new aggregated gaming library on Xbox's PC app for Windows 11 PCs and handheld devices. Xbox is going hard on its multi-platform push with an image of its VR headset with Meta recently appearing online. It has also partnered with AMD to build its next generation consoles. That's interesting. Why? It's so many partnerships with them. And it's like, I can't tell if they're playing a smart game. Which maybe it is, because I guess their numbers have been dwindling a little bit. So maybe they are trying to be a little bit strategic and partner with people to maybe get a better outcome. What do you guys think? I mean, it's very interesting because now they're even partnering with somebody to build their consoles. I mean, Microsoft is a huge company. They make computers and stuff like that, that like, at this point, I'm kind of starting to think that consoles are just their side gig, right? But it's like, they're doing a lot of partnerships lately. The latest move that is part of Xbox multi-platform strategy is the aggregated gaming library, allowing players to have all their games in one place. Okay. Xbox's aggregated gaming library create a single library for all PC storefronts. So I guess they just wanted to pretty much merge with their PC games and on the handheld thing, which is pretty understandable. Like I said, I'm pretty interested to see when this Xbox gaming handheld does come out, because I feel like a lot of us have been kind of in the market for a new handheld, but I don't want to completely rule it out, but there's always Steam Deck that I feel like kind of rules the market right now, partially. So I think they're gonna have to do a lot to keep people interested. I don't know. They copying everybody that is literally a Steam Deck. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the only way I would consider buying this Asus handheld or Asus Xbox handheld is if it was like a significant price reduction from the Steam Deck. Yeah, this is the handheld I showed. They announced it they officially announced it like a few weeks ago, so I probably did talk about it a little bit, yeah. This is just more news on it. I don't know if they ever really gave an announcement date yet, though. I don't think they've given an announcement date, and I don't think they've given a price. Let me see. Yeah, it just says later this year, so honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if it didn't come out this year. I wouldn't be surprised if it got pushed back. But like I said, the only way I'd consider buying it is if it was a significant price drop from the Steam Deck, because the Steam Deck is already pretty well established. And if it's just gonna be the same cost, just buy a Steam Deck. I don't know. That's my opinion, at least. All right, on to a different console, because we've been talking about Xbox for a while. Let's talk about a little bit of Nintendo. Knowing Xbox either push it back or cancel. Bro, that'd be crazy if they canceled it. I'd be like, what the heck? Nah, y'all gotta stick it through. Okay, you can't really see it too much from my face, but Super Mario Strikers is the next GameCube title coming to Nintendo Switch Online. So I don't really want to read all this, but I always thought it was interesting that they were including GameCube games. I do want to know if any of you guys were ever big on GameCube. I dabbled in it a little bit, but it's like not I wouldn't say it's like as big of a core memory as PlayStation 2 was for me growing up, or PSP. I kind of did just want to like look at this really quick because I think it's interesting that they are including this. I think they have a bunch of other games that they brought on from GameCube and like NES, like older Nintendo consoles and stuff like that. Yeah. I've never really been too big on like the soccer games, especially like the cartoony ones. I feel like they have a new version of this though, because I feel like I've seen somebody play it before. It's always interesting to see like older Nintendo stuff though. It's always interesting too, like to think whatever happened to like GameCube or Game Boys. I mean, I guess you could say that like the new Game Boys or DSs are just like the Switch now. It's just like combined in one. But I kind of miss like having these little handheld things, and I have something coming up about that possibly in the works. But I do kind of miss just having these small like little portable devices that you could just put in your pocket and save for later, like on the plane or if you're on like a long car ride or something. I wish they would still come out with stuff like that, and it doesn't have to be like these elaborate games that like you put on there. Just something that like you could put in your pocket. Maybe it is just like a quick little platformer game, right? It doesn't have to be like The Last of Us, you know. I miss like having stuff like that in the gaming community, because now everything is just so overdone and just, I guess you could say, overprocessed, too realistic. And not that it's a bad thing. I think that could still be good sometimes, but just something simple just to take your mind off stuff, you know. You never had one. I had everything except the GameCube and Dreamcast. Yeah, I've never had the Dreamcast, but I have heard a lot of people talking about the Dreamcast, and a lot of them liked it. That's cool. Yes, yes, yes. They gotta bring the OG Game Boy back. They do, at least in some form. That's just what I was talking about. Like, they definitely should bring the Game Boy back, because I think it was like so convenient. I do want to get. They have like modded ones. I do want to look into getting one, because I know I've told you guys before that I have a modded PSP. Wait, I might have it right here. I probably showed it before. Oh wait, no, I don't have it right here. I have a modded PSP that's super super cool. And it comes with like, it's like a PSP that they upgraded, and it comes with just like, I think it comes with like over 100 games or something. It's really nice. And then I also collect PSP games. It's back there next to that spiral thing behind my lava lamp. Don't have a lot of them because they're kind of hard to come by, but pretty cool. I do want to get a Game Boy eventually. Just update the graphics. Yeah, they definitely should, but I feel like everything is just like too, I don't know if the right word is progressive nowadays. Like, it's just like they all want to just be so realistic, and it's like, can we just step it back? Like, there's room to have these realistic games and stuff like that, but we also want games that's just not silly, but just like not so serious, you know. Yeah, Game Boy and PSP are my two favorite handhelds of all time. Yeah, they're really good. I don't know if I'd put Game Boy, personally for me, I don't know if I'd put Game Boy over like the original Nintendo DSs though, and I don't know if it's just me being a girl, but like I used to love being on my Nintendo DS because you could like message people. They had like, and I know this is so girly of me to say, but I used to like play like I used to play like Cooking Mama. What other games was on the DS? Shoot. Oh yeah, Imagine Babies. Oh my gosh, don't get me started. They had like you could like draw on there. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just something about the old Nintendo DS that will always have a special place in my heart. And then I think I had the first Nintendo DS, and then I upgraded to the Nintendo 3DS XL, 3DS IXL or something like that. It had a crazy name, but they always hold a place in my heart. And like I said, I don't know if it's because I'm a girl, but definitely PSP and the Nintendo DS I think are my top two. Um, for a Game Boy, I would take 720. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that though on a Game Boy. You're talking about resolution, right? Um. Oh, thank you. Welcome, Super Retro Man Entertainment. Welcome. Hope you are enjoying yourself. We like to have a lot of chats over here. Soon in the winter 2025 in New Zealand, I'm going to set up the Nintendo Switch Online service for my Nintendo Switch 2 so I can play the old school Nintendo games on my Nintendo Switch 2. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's good that I mean, because even Xbox and PlayStation are doing that now too. So I think it's good that they're dipping their toes in the older games for people who did grow up playing games and stuff like that. Yeah, okay, yeah, resolution. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Yeah, I think 720 would be pretty good for it, especially considering, like, how big is the screen? Probably, like, not even 6 inches? I don't know. But yeah, I could definitely see that. That's what Xbox should make. Throw their name on a Game Boy. No, that'd be crazy if they did. Okay. Another kind of interesting thing I wanted to talk about going on to the next little topic here. Sorry, my face is bogging and not really much I can do. But it says Netflix D-list 20 plus games including Hades and Monument Valley. I really liked Monument Valley. Monument Valley is a good game, but I mainly brought this up not even to go through this, but I wanted to see if anybody has played any games on the Netflix gaming sites because I've heard about it, but like I've never heard of anybody actually playing games on there. So I wanted to see if anybody actually did play games on there. I guess these are the games that's leaving. The only ones that, and I didn't play this on Netflix. I played this on my phone, but the only ones I know about are Monument Valley, which are really good puzzle games. Yeah, I've never played any of these other games. I did pull up though, like some games that they have, which is interesting. So I guess you can just like play this like on your TV or on your phone. You just have to like pair a controller. Interesting they have GTA San Andreas. Sonic Mania. I haven't been playing as much Sonic as I want. I'm a pretty big fan of Sonic. I have his poster up there. You probably can't see it, but I have his poster up there. I played Sonic like ever since I was younger. So it's not really too many recognizable games. It definitely looks like it's a lot of indie games though. Like this looks kind of interesting, I guess. Stranger Things 1984. I love these like 8-bit style things. That's why I was talking about what's that game called? Stardew Valley. I was talking about that a couple lives ago because they're coming out with a new game. I just think 8-bit games are so nice because it just gives that like simple vibe to them. Tomb Raider, but it looks like a like knockoff version of Tomb Raider. Just looks like some arcade games, pretty much games you could probably play on your phone. Let's see. What kind of role-playing games do they have? Yeah, it definitely looks like a bunch of like indie games, you know, which isn't bad, but I would definitely have to like play them. Emily in Paris, that's so funny. The ultimate. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. What the heck is this? Fashion versus Netflix. From cafe chic to red carpet glam. This is definitely AI. Guys, AI has been out of control recently. It's actually crazy. Roller Coaster Tycoon. I mean, I don't know if this one's good, but the one on PlayStation at least was pretty good. Yeah. What the heck? Okay, yeah, that's enough. Um, yeah, they have a lot of games though. Um, I don't know. That's what I was saying. Like, I've never played Xbox games. I mean, it looks like they have a lot of games though. Maybe I could try it one day and like let you guys know, but maybe they're like Xbox are kind of dipping their toes. I mean, I guess it's a streaming service, so like I kind of get it, I guess. Um, I don't know. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I never played. It's interesting to see that they have like just randomly because they have like a bunch of indie games and then they just randomly have like GTA San Andreas. It's like okay, because like and they definitely put it at the top for a reason, you know. Like you see that and you're like, oh, okay, like what other games do they have? And then it's just a bunch of indie games. Just find it funny. Um, so let's see. Let's talk a little bit about Little Nightmares. I did want to talk about Donkey Kong. Maybe I'll go through that a little bit, but let's talk about Little Nightmares a little bit first, and then we'll go to that quickly. But so Little Nightmares 3. I don't know if any of you guys are fans of Little Nightmares, but Little Nightmares 3 has a release date now. I played the first one, and I think I got like stuck, and I couldn't figure out because I think I was like playing it like on a plane to Hawaii, and if you've ever well for me, it's a good distance to get to Hawaii. It was like 12 hours. So I was like playing on the plane right there. And I think I got like stuck and I got irritated and I stopped playing. But it is a very interesting game. But it does now have a release date. Bandai Namco went big on little things last night. What the heck? Specifically, Little Nightmares 3 confirming it will release on October 10th, which is a good day to get released. Especially that's like spooky month, right? And if it seems very far away, I have good news. Anyone who pre-orders a digital version of Little Nightmares 3 will get to revisit the game that started it all with Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition as an early access title between now and launch day. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Um, I think I might have seen this trailer, but let's see.
Peggy 16.
It's extra loud. It's a very interesting concept. So this is just the enhanced edition. This is not a new game. Yeah, this isn't that. Never mind. It does have a good difference though. I played it originally on the Nintendo Switch 1. There's also an all-new season of Little Nightmares themed podcast series on the way. Interesting. The Sounds of Nightmares, a comic book, Little Nightmares Decent to Nowhere, also kicked off in October. Before then, however, a young adult book called... This is some random stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I think Little Nightmares is an interesting concept. I think they have some, like, difficult parts in it, though, to say the least. Because I almost feel like it's like a puzzle game. Like, you have to figure out how to, like, advance in the game. Here's the collector's edition. And kind of going back to, like, what we say or said before with the collector's edition, looks like it might give a couple of different things. Maybe like it has a couple statues, themed box. I think we kind of get that. A metal case, we get that a lot. Digital stuff. It always includes some kind of coins though, doesn't it too? Like some coins, and then it comes with the game. So definitely interesting. Yeah, that was the enhanced edition. It does look slightly better. So yeah, I thought it was cool to see Little Nightmares. They also have a VR edition. One thing I've also noticed about VR games is it seems like most VR games, like if they come out on one like VR console, they most likely come out on all of them. So that's probably another reason why you don't really have to like buy multiple VR consoles, because most of the time like it'll just come out on all of them anyway. So I would just say buy one you like and pick one if that's what you're into. So let me see. Yeah, let's talk about Donkey Kong really quick. So Nintendo has, or the Switch 2 has a new game coming out called Donkey Kong Bonanza. And right now it's the best-selling game on Amazon, which is interesting. I know a lot of people were really hit and miss on this new Donkey Kong game. When I saw it, I actually thought it looked pretty interesting. I thought it looked pretty cool. I know some people, like, they think it kind of strays away from its roots. And I think sometimes it can be a good thing. It did look very interesting. It looks like a lot of, like, heavy combat, which, if you've ever played Donkey Kong Country, is kind of, I think it's Donkey Kong Country. I feel like he does kind of have that kind of, like, esque to him. I think this Donkey Kong Bonanza, I did watch a trailer, but I'm kind of blanking on it, but I think it's open world now. So kind of like, what's that one Mario game called? Like 3D World. I think it's like that. Would I ever do a VR stream? Maybe. I've never really been, I don't want to say good with VR, but for some reason, like, VR always makes me, like, nauseous. I did play a lot of the, Meta Quests, and I actually didn't really get too nauseous on that one, so if I do a VR, it would probably be on Meta Quest. Definitely not PSVR 2. I don't want to say I don't support PSVR 2, but I'm not really happy with them because they charge so much money and there's, like, no games on it. So if I did do one, it'd probably be on the Meta Quest. You talked about Hitman last week. That'd be good. Yeah. On the, for the VR, you mean? Because, yeah, I'd probably play that if I did play one. So yeah, it's official. Donkey Kong Bonanza is the best-selling game on Amazon right now, considering the wild popularity of the Switch 2. It only feels right that this highly anticipated game has been climbing the Amazon's bestseller charts. Let me see really quick, because I do want to take just like another glance at this game just to get like a little refresher. They did have a direct, and I don't know if you guys know this, but they had a Nintendo Direct specifically for Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's 17 minutes. I don't really want to watch. Let's just glance at it really quick. I definitely do not want to watch all of it, but I just want to see like some parts. Because I know we also reacted a couple months ago to the Mario Kart World Direct. So I just kind of want to see what this is about. Let's speed it up.
When the world felt so cool and bleak, when the hole looked so dark and deep, heart is rock, core is stone, I was scared.
What is this song? I feel like it doesn't match Donkey Kong. That's so funny. Oh, that'd be interesting to see in a Donkey Kong party. Turn this up.
Bananas, the discovery of the century, made right here on Ingot Isle. This is excellent news for #1 banana fan, Donkey Kong. However, just as he's about to enjoy the notable bananas, a sudden tempest sends him deep down underground. As his adventure begins, DK teams up with Odd Rock, but it's no rock at all. It's actually a talented young singer named Pauline. Now, Donkey Kong just wants bananas. And Pauline wants to find a way back home to the surface. It's said that one's wish will be granted by reaching the planet core. So the unlikely duo set off on a strange subterranean adventure. The story takes place in the underground world.
Interesting.
But the scenery changes the deeper you go.
Yeah, it
Some
is a
layers
little
are so
goofy.
spectacular that it's hard to believe you're underground. DK can run, jump, and climb through each environment. Using his incredible physical prowess, you can freely move in any direction. But that's not all. Almost anything in your path, you can smash, crash,
See, okay,
and
where's my mouse? That's the part that I find is a little cool. I like how he smashes. That sounds so funny. I like how the way he's like smashing things. Like I feel like that'd be so fun to do, especially with like I think the Nintendo has like a little bit of like haptic feedback and stuff like that. I don't know if they have as much as PlayStation, but I just feel like that'd be so satisfying to do, like his little combat or whatever you want to call that. Marty Pario's mid. That's funny. Why does he look like an animal version of Wreck-It Ralph? Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. But I think this is probably the coolest. Like this is the thing that catches my eye the most with this game.
crash, and bash. You can even do this to a massive rock formation. You know, if you want. As you barrel through obstacles in your path, you'll also collect golden bananas, known as Bananium Gems. More on those later. Let's take a look at some of the things this Kong can do. Punch, smash enemies.
I think we pretty much get the idea. I kind of just wanted to see the like the concept of it, I guess you could say. Yeah, that's the thing that yeah, I was thinking that they should call this Donkey Smash or something. Donkey Smash is crazy. That's funny though. I would definitely play this. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like the concept is a little weird, but I feel like that like I said, I don't even know, like mechanic looks very interesting to me. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys today. I think we had some fairly decent news, right? I don't know. This week I do plan on having a video coming out this Friday, which is exciting. It's gonna be like more kind of essay video. I haven't done one of those in a while. I'm trying to do like more videos I'm passionate about, because for a while it was kind of just a bunch of like what's it called, before you buys and stuff like that, which is kind of just stick to the script, like say what it's about. And I'm trying to kind of branch away from that. Yeah, I don't think I will not be on next week, guys, unfortunately, but I will be on the week after that. And yeah, but I will still have a video out for this Friday, so hopefully that makes up for it. But kind of just gonna have a little holiday or whatever. But I will see you guys on Friday, and then I'll see you guys the Monday following. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. AK out.